Brilliant. Okay, Andy, what's your overriding message to the players been this week then after game number 1?
That we have to improve. There was aspects of our performance last week which pleased me. Certainly the way we defended our box, because we had to. Colchester were the dominant team with the ball, and so we were in a low block for too much of that game. So yeah, lots of lessons learned of areas that we need to get better at. Tomorrow's a different game against different opponents with different strengths and weaknesses. Our first home game, and we have to set out our stall in our first home game of what we want to be consistently as a team, as a group, and attack the game from the first minute and play with real intensity with and without the ball, and get on the front foot and play forward-thinking football in possession, but also have an intensity about us when we haven't got possession.
I'll ask you more about the possession in a sec, but the level of defending which you praised, is that the kind of level of defending that you were expecting the team to be at, and is that kind of the level you need going forward? I
think so. I thought from the players who were here from last season and the players that I recruited and brought in, I thought that's what we would do defensively in our own box, where people were prepared to head it, kick it, get blocks, get hurt, get blood on the shirt at times, to defend the goal with real passion and real commitment. And I wanted that to be the standard thing, and it pleased me that it was there in the first game. And it has to be there in every game, because you're not always going to be ball dominant. You obviously always have to defend your box. So yeah, we have to continue with that throughout the season. And if you're a hard team to create chances against and to score against, means you're always in the game. So that has to continue. But I say there's lots of other aspects of our performance which I didn't think was great, and I include myself in that. And I said that to the players on Monday. So yeah, but tomorrow's a new game, as I say, second game of the season, first home game against an opponent who were in League One last season, who've done some really good recruitment in my opinion, and are looking to obviously bounce back at the first attempt.
When you say you include yourself in that, what do you mean?
I just thought, like the players, when we had a discussion on Monday, that the ball possession of Colchester was dominant. The possession stats made them the dominant team, over 66% possession. But in terms of them creating opportunities, I never thought they were going to score. And I think it almost lulled us all into a false sense of security that the clock's going to get to 90 plus minutes and we're going to win the game 1-0 and we don't really have to do anything else. And I say that I took my part of the responsibility with that as well. And I think since I've been here, I've been more proactive than that in terms of trying to change the momentum of the game, because that's my job, to say to alter games when we're in front, behind, whatever it is, to try and change, say, the momentum of the game. So lessons learned from me as well, about what I need to be doing and be more proactive in my job.
And you talked about the possession there and being better on the ball. What was that down to, do you think?
I think there's always some nerves in the first game of the season, a lot of new players, a lot of partnerships which won't have spent a lot of time together in pre-season. Throughout pre-season, you try and share the game time around, so everyone's hitting around about the same mark. One or two came in later than others. So listen, we're at game 1, things aren't going to be perfect, but it's important to say that we look back at that performance honestly, both yourself and the group, and look for areas that we need to get better at.
How long would you, obviously there's a number of new players like you say, how long would you expect it to take for a sort of a proper gelling to take place?
Hopefully game 2. Listen, we don't know, do we? But the more time that we spend together out here Monday to Friday, because that's where we do the most of our work, and Saturday should be a reflection of the work we've done throughout the week. So our week this week has been looking at Shrewsbury obviously, and their strengths, but also looking at most of the things that we need to get better at to be a more all-round performance.
How about player availability for this weekend? Any updates there?
No, we've still got the two players, medium and long-term injuries with Sam Finley and unfortunately, obviously, young Josh. But everyone else is available for tomorrow. We've had the back end now of the illness, which is, I think, been going around, but certainly hit us in the 2 weeks leading up to the first game of the season. But that's virtually gone now. Harvey was off at the start of this week, but he's probably been the last one now. So apart from Sam and Josh, everyone is available. 21 players who I've told are all available, can play. Go and pick yourself.
What about the squad going forward? Are there any further additions that you'd like to do in the transfer market?
Yeah.
Any idea on a number or what your priorities in terms of positions would be?
No, I don't think I can say a number, because if we don't get to that number, people can say, oh, you didn't get what you wanted. I'm looking to strengthen the squad in lots of positions. There's things that I'm really pleased with in terms of the numbers and the quality we've got and the competition in those positions. But I also think we're still light in a couple of positions as well, because, as I say, I want competition out here Monday to Friday. I don't want anyone to feel comfortable that they're going to play the next game. I really want a competitive environment, a place here at the training ground where your standards have to be really, really good every single day. And if the players aren't capable of maintaining that, well, then they'll unfortunately fall by the wayside.
And more on the opponents this weekend. First home game in the league of the new season, of course, Shrewsbury Town, down from League One last season. What kind of game are they going to bring to Prenton Park?
A different challenge to last week's opponent. As I say, I think they've recruited really well. They had issues last season in League One, and I think in League One is a big step up in terms of quality. But they've looked to solve those problems. They've recruited really well defensively. Brought in 3 really experienced players. They've got an experienced centre forward. So listen, we're more than aware of what they want to try and do, but say it's more about us trying to impose what we want to do on the game. Always be respectful of the opponent and what they can do. And I think that their goal will be certainly to be thinking, well, if we've been a relegated team, that can we bounce back immediately?
And I know your focus will entirely be on Shrewsbury, but looking at the next three home games doesn't happen too often throughout the season. Does that present a real opportunity for you to get the season off on the right footing?
No, you're right in the first bit. All I'm thinking about currently is Shrewsbury. I'm obviously aware of the schedule, etc. But we haven't spoken about anything else this week apart from Shrewsbury.
Looking forward to that first league atmosphere at the season at Prenton Park?
Yeah, of course. I think the atmosphere at the back end of last season was really positive, was really good. During and after the game, there has to be a connection between the team and the supporters. The supporters and the team have to show the same kind of values. Now, we have to work, we have to fight, we have to run, we have to be really committed. And if we do those things, the crowd will get right behind us, I have no doubt. We've got quality players. We've got players in good areas of the pitch who can produce, say, really good quality. We have to do that on a more consistent basis. But as I say, we're right at the start, and it's game one at home, so let's go out and set a really good standard in front of our fans for the first time.
It's normally a positive atmosphere when it's right at the start of the season. Do you think the Tranmere fans have got good reason to be optimistic this time?
I hope so. I would say that every supporter of every club so far, we're one game in, I'm sure everyone's got aspirations that they're going to do this, that and the other. And we want to give our supporters really good times, really good things to think about, that the team and the staff are representing them really well. There's some things that say that are non-negotiable in our team, some things we can't control, unfortunately, but we'll say when we go out there, we're going to play with real pride and real commitment and try and entertain the supporters and try and win as many games as we possibly can.
That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you very much.